Hey guys, what's up? Tim here. This is supposed to be a video of two amps in a room comparing whether the Line 6 Powercab can sound as good in the room as a real tube amp. And it didn't go the way I planned. So I shot this little proviso at the beginning to say, hey, if you're going to watch this, which I kind of hope you do because maybe it's interesting anyway, there's a couple things you should know. First of all, I don't think the amp in the room tone I caught of the tube amp is totally reflective of how it sounds, although I have ordered new speakers for the Vibroverb because they're just too bright, and I think that comes across on the microphone. And then I had a secondary camera set up to show you views of what was going on the floor, switching between the Vibroverb and the Powercab, but that video didn't work out. I can't get it off my phone and onto my computer. It's just, I don't know if it was because of 4K and compatibility or something, but something didn't work. So you know what, I just thought maybe this would be better than throwing a video out there that I know is a bit flawed. I'll ask for your patience as I learn things about cameras and lighting and sound and all those kinds of things that I'm somewhat familiar with, but learning that the curve is very steep if you're going to try and produce quality videos online. So anyway, I hope that it is somewhat helpful to you, and I'll ask you now, look, it's really encouraging to me when people leave comments, give the video a like even if it wasn't perfect, and subscribe to the channel, which I say all that at the end of the video, but hey, sometimes it's good to do that at the beginning of the video. Hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll see you again soon. Hey everybody, Tim here, and welcome to the place where I work. And tonight I'm bringing you another failed shootout. Maybe you saw my last video, or you can check it out on my channel. A video comparing the Line 6 Powercab to a traditional FR cabinet. And tonight I am doing another video that will probably be impossible to make fair between the power cabinet and a real amplifier. Here are the conditions under which we're doing this little experiment tonight. I have a Zoom H5 stereo pair of microphones set up kind of in the axis of both amplifiers. The Kemper profiling amplifier is running into the Line 6 Powercab, and it is a direct profile of a Milkman Creamer amplifier made by Tone Junkie. By the way, hot tip, if you haven't checked out Tone Junkie and their profiles yet, you are missing out on some of the best and the biggest library of profiles I'm aware of out there right now, especially if you're looking for cleaner or edge of breakup or vintage style sounds. They're fantastic. They've just gotten into making direct profiles, and they sent me a direct profile of the Milkman Creamer, and that's what I'm running through here, through the Line 6's modeled version of a Celestian Blue. Okay? Why did I pick a Celestian Blue? Not because it sounds anything like the Vibroverb. In fact, I just picked it because I thought it was the best sounding one, and the one that I thought, as I walked around here for an hour playing guitar, that sounded the most like it was an amp in the room. It had the most feel to me what I wanted to hear through that kind of profile in this room, and as I compared it to the Vibroverb. The Vibroverb is running a couple of Mojo Tone 10-inch speakers, and it's actually not a stock Vibroverb. It had its turret board burnt out at one point. This is one of the early 90s reissues of the 63 Vibroverb. Okay, so two 10-inch speakers. Yeah, I know, you're going to complain already. It's a 12 versus a 10. I get it. The point isn't whether this amp sounds like this amp. The point is, can you tell the difference between the amp that I'm playing as a model and the real amp, and can I tell the difference, frankly, because I've got to choose at some point whether I'm going to keep the Powercab or whether I'm going to ditch the Vibroverb, because I can't really afford to keep both at this time. Okay. Both amps have a little bit of gain on them. I thought it would be boring to play clean. And frankly, they actually felt and sounded a little closer to each other once I just boosted them a little bit. So coming through the VibraVerb is a D&M drive. We're using the mix side, which is kind of clonny, and it helps with the very scooped sound of these speakers. And in the Kemper, I have the Pure Boost turned on just to goose that Milkman profile a little bit. And, you know, I don't like purely clean sounds, as you might have heard in the introduction. I prefer a somewhat dirty sound that I can roll off if I really want to clean it up. So let's do the VibraVerb one more time. Here's how it sounds. Okay, and by the way, I'm running through a Line 6 Relay G70, not because I thought it was the best tonal option, but because it's the piece of gear I had that would most easily let me A-B between the two amps. So I'm just using it for that. I don't think it colors the tone all that much, and for this, because we're not comparing tone to tone, what we're comparing is vibe to vibe more than anything else. I thought it would be okay and fair. So here is the Line 6 Powercab running a Milkman Creamer. Okay, so what I'm going to do throughout the video here, I'm just going to noodle around a little bit. I will switch over to the camera views that are relevant as I go through, and excuse the bobbles and the bad noodling, but I'm just going to kind of walk around and try and inspire myself, and hopefully that's inspiring to you. So we'll leave it on the Powercab for now, and let's play some chunkier rhythm. VibraVerb. Still on the VibraVerb. Powercab. It's interesting. The more I play them, the less I can tell the difference between the two. Now, some speakers I like better in the Powercab than others. So the blue is the one that I've liked the most. But again, when it comes to vibe in the room, it's tough to tell. Let me go to an in-between position here on the Silver Sky. It's going to be really interesting to hear on the microphones. I'm super curious about what you guys are hearing. And yeah, my take on this is that they're really close. I do feel like the Kemper still feels like the Kemper, even though it's direct. Is that a bad thing? It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's different. It feels different. The frequencies are different. The Kemper, I think, has a sound that you can't dial out. And it doesn't matter what profile you're using, there is a sound that the Kemper has. It transcends the profile, which is a strange thing, isn't it? This amp sounds like this amp. And that's an interesting and cool thing as well. Okay, so look, I don't know if this was helpful. If it was, big thumbs up, everybody. If it wasn't, thumbs down if you have to. Leave a comment. Tell me how it could be more helpful. I still have this for a couple days, so maybe I can try again. And what I'd really love is for you to consider subscribing to the channel so that we can go on a bit of a tone journey together and have conversations. And I'm just here to have fun. I hope you had fun. Thanks so much for watching. Take care. Good night.